Hey, Dr. Isaac Jones here, and today I want to talk to you about how to smash through tech hurdles that get in the way of really skyrocketing and growing your virtual practice. These are things that ultimately are at the core of why people don't even go virtual in the first place. They're at the core of when people do go virtual and they're frustrated with some of the things that comes up from a tech perspective. Ultimately, what I'm going to get into in this video is how you can simply and easily implement systems and solutions to overcome this hurdle of the technology is too complicated. It's too this and it's too that. So what we know is that the future of healthcare is tech heavy. We look at the amount of funding that's going into healthcare tech right now, and it's in the billions and billions of dollars just in the last quarter of this last year. So it's if you look at the trends of what's happening in Silicon Valley, if you look at the trends of what's happening in healthcare, technology is the future of healthcare. So doctors, I believe we need to embrace this. And what Moore's law says is that technology is an exponentially increasing capability for human beings to leverage. And so the computer processor just 20 years ago was the size of, a large building. And now it's something that you can fit into, your computer, your iPhone, or your Android. So literally, it's just this little itsy bitsy thing that does, and the processing power is absolutely crazy. And so what does that mean for us? It means that we can automate systems. We can create strategies for our practice, for our business that allows for us to reach more people and to get literally thousands of tasks done. There are, this week in my business, thousands of tasks that got done through technology and all of the different things that we've set up. And it's created a lot of simplicity for me and for my team because I essentially get to enjoy, being with my family. I get to enjoy, I just got back from a trip to Orlando with my family, going to Legoland and going to SeaWorld and all of these different places that we brought our nanny down. It was a really great time. So it allows for you to live life. And so that's what I really want you to hold on to is I talked to a doctor who built their dream home on a lake, but they never go to it. They're stuck in their office and they're essentially doing the 9 to 5 every day. They're grinding it out. So technology helps you break through all of this and create what we've seen with all of our doctors and the people that are inside of our network now that have created a lot of freedom for themselves. And it's true freedom. We're not using that as a term to help people get inspired. It's an actual thing that's happening for people because of technology. So the people that really embrace technology and embrace this, according to a survey that was sent out by Tom Blue, who's one of the leaders of the Institute of Functional Medicine, he found that people that embrace this in the context of program-based healthcare, which is the future of healthcare, there was zero closures during the year of COVID. So when all these other practices, there were 17% of practices that went out of business, private practices, but there was a trend in what those practices were. They weren't embracing new technology. They weren't embracing these new solutions. They weren't embracing the way that we organize and set up the way that you serve and you help and transform patients' lives, which are also the best ways to get amazing results for them. So here are the biggest techs to overcome. The first is software. There are hundreds of different software choices. It's definitely intimidating. It can get overwhelming. The biggest challenge is to pick the right software for you. And it could be like a CRM software, a customer management resource or system. And it can be very daunting because there's so many of them out there. But again, you want to pick the right software and you want to stick with it. And you want to look at what are your must-have features and how can you keep it simple? What does your team need? And ultimately, you may not be the one that decides which technology you use, because you're not going to use it as much as maybe your tech savvy team member is going to use it. If you've got somebody to help you on your team or somebody that you work with in the future. So you may want to ask somebody, one of your friends or one of your team members that's tech savvy, let them kind of review some of the things for you, and then you make an informed decision based off of what their mind, helps you synthesize in respect to the technology. But again, you want to keep it simple. This is something we've done. We've looked at hundreds of different tech. Our tech stack is very simple, and it's very optimized for helping people grow and scale their businesses quickly, but in a way that decreases overwhelm. So again, pick something that's simple, and then you got to look at must-have features. And typically, you want to get your team or the people that are going to be using it more than you are to understand the back end. So automation is another piece of your business. Our goal is to be able to connect all these different technological pieces together to create a self-managing system. Again, this is what creates the ability for you to go on vacation, to make money while you're sleeping, and do that inside of the context of virtual practice. And there's lots of ways to create automated residual income in virtual practice. But the biggest challenge, again, is that people don't know where to start with automation. And here's the thing with automation is that you want to document what the automation needs to do, right? You want to start with a manual first, and then you automate. Like, what are you doing in your office right now? And you kind of create a checklist of the things that you're doing. And then you ask yourself, can I automate this? And the answer is most of the time you absolutely can automate it. But you want to, again, find a trusted professional to help guide you in this. Obviously, we do this for doctors, and something that we love doing, and our tech team is super geeky. But it is very important to understand what you want to automate first. So patient management. This involves scheduling, appointment reminders, email, patient support. And the biggest challenge is that it's very complicated in respect to the way that people try to schedule it, and it creates inaction for people, and people end up don't showing up for appointments, and obviously that's a big challenge. So you want to really look at what is the best patient management software that you can use. We love Calendly. That's what we've chosen. There's other ones out there that are really good, but you ultimately want to look at the patient management systems and scheduling softwares, and look at like what are the best ones that you can use. So the other is marketing technology. So this involves integration of your marketing into your platforms and channels, and you ultimately want to prioritize the best marketing technology with the companies that you can trust. So the best way to do this is to connect with other people in your community and in your network that already are connecting with your target demographic and target market. And that way you can start getting yourself in front of their audience, and you can drive revenue through them. There's a simple way to do this. I would just say step one is get clear on who you want to serve. Step two is look at all the people that are already serving those people. Step three is reach out to those people, develop a relationship, get on their podcast, create a webinar, etc., and make it mutually beneficial. Okay? So, and there's lots of ways to do that, but that's simple marketing. There's no overhead to that, because it just requires you connecting with people that are already vested into adding value to the people that you're wanting to serve. And, then after you do that, you can expand on a lot of the more complicated stuff. So when you do this, you can really simplify tech. You can simplify tech through understanding the best way to start marketing is landing other people's stages. You can simplify tech by getting one of your team members to help you choose software and pick something that's simple and easy to use to get started. You can simplify this by just picking systems that work and that have been proven in respect to automation, and documenting what you want automated so that you have clarity around, man, wouldn't it be cool if all of this could be automated? So know that this doesn't need to be complicated. It can be very fun and very easy to implement, but you just have to be committed to the process. So hopefully this will help you really smash through the different tech hurdles that get in the way of helping you grow your virtual practice. Ultimately, there's some simple strategies here to help you and to really simplify the overwhelm. And you don't need a billion pieces of technology. Ultimately, you just need a few elements. You maybe have your Zoom meetings, you have your CRM, you've got your you've got your calendar scheduling software, and then you just simplify marketing to start, and then you're off to the races. And really doesn't need to be that complicated. It can be very, again, simple and easy and very straightforward. Our tech pack that we recommend is something, that's very low overhead, and it's very, doctors have used it to build 6 and even 7-figure businesses with, I think it's just a little over $200 a month in overhead. So again, this doesn't even need to be that expensive at all when you're getting started. And even when you get started, there's packages you can get even lower in respect to the investment when you get started with the tech. So hopefully this gets you excited about what is possible for the future, and gives you some great ideas as to how you can simplify the technological hurdles that a lot of people have.